I'm Lucian, from the age of ancient myths, the last surviving Grand Supreme Taoist ancestor. I've been secluded in the chaotic void for 100,000 years. My cultivation has long transcended the heavenly Tao, the absolute pinnacle of power across all realms.
100,000 years in chaos. I've grown invincible and lonely.
Just as I come on you image, a destined great villain appears. A system that's a full 100,000 years late to activate. Completely unaware I'm already max level.
Still issuing ridiculous novice villain missions.
Detected. Host is an untalented bottom-tier mortal. But don't lose heart. The system will help you punch the Son of Fortune and kick the divine child of destiny.
He's body of a Grand Supreme Taoist ancestor, and you call him talented.
Warning! Mission failure results in heavenly lightning and soul annihilation.
Heavenly lightning. I wouldn't dare even think of me.
First, the Son of Fortune, Xiaoko. Xiaochan, classic trope, the protagonist with a portable immortal mana, actually a harvesting tool for higher gods, selfish and arrogant.
The second Son of Fortune, Jiang Yu.
A blind mortal girl with no fortune, yet relying on a heart of clear swordsmanship, she stubbornly challenges the heavenly Tao from the Maya. The ultimate villain, the celestial emperor of heaven, the mastermind controlling all realms, using systems and old masters as bait to harvest lower realm fortunes.
Treating all life as harvestable crops. I'm Lucian. I can't remember how long I've sat here.
10,000 years, 100,000. Time has lost meaning for me. I am the last Grand Supreme Taoist ancestor from antiquity. My breath births and extinguishes stars. A single thought can reset the great cosmos.
Invincibility is a nagging kind of loneliness.
Dang! Detected host soul fluctuation. Host soul compatibility 100%. Analyzing dimensional coordinates. Then Destiny's great villain system activation successful. Binding progress. 100%.
System.
My divine sense covers all realms. I've seen such law-created things in the lower worlds, but I am now an immortal, indestructible Taoist ancestor body. Even the heavenly Tao would kneel before me. Isn't your activation a bit late? 100,000 years ago. I fought my way through the 3 realms and 6 paths on my own, shattered the righteous path of the former emperor, became the Grand Supreme Taoist ancestor. And now you pop up saying you'll help me reach the peak?
Ding! Detected host's current cultivation. Untalented.
Mortal. Untalented. Mortal.
This body of a Taoist ancestor who has returned to simplicity. This stupid system can't even scan my real cultivation realm. Cut the crap. Where's the newbie gift pack? Any questions?
Newbie gift pack activated. 1 yellow rank low-grade cultivation manual, Qi drawing art. 3 low-grade gathering Qi pills. 1 centennial refined iron sword.
Yellow rank low-grade manual.
Even the old yellow dog in my sect 100,000 years ago wouldn't even glance at this garbage. A single wisp of my chaos energy is a billion times stronger than this thing.
Ding! Main villain quest generated. Quest background. Lower realm, Zhejiao continent, Qingyun sect. Host is required to, in front of a crowd, humiliate that young boy harshly and help his fiancée call off the engagement. Quest rewards. Seize 10 points of short chance luck. Ultra no-grade spirit stones. 1 copy of Foundation Establishment Insights. Quest background. Lower realm, Zhejiao continent, Qingyun sect.
Zhejiao continent, Qingyun sect. Genius turned trash. Engagement cancellation R. Did an old man in the treasure. This cliche plot is actually familiar and it's nostalgic. This kind of destined protections was a villain's worst nightmare. Too bad you have no idea what kind of host you bound yourself to. Heavenly thunder struck me, my soul was destroyed. When it comes to heavenly tribulations in this world, they don't even dare fart in front of me. I've sat meditating in the void for far too long. Even my bones are getting rusty. Since this stupid system wants to play dimension stomping game.
A trip to the lower realm isn't bad. I can just check out
what this era's heavenly fate and luck are really made of. System, giving me the plane coordinates.
Ding! Coordinates locked. Main hall of Qingyun sect, Zhejiao continent. Activating low-dimensional space teleportation array for host. Estimated teleportation time 1 hour.
Too slow.
Don't push your luck. I've already been accepted as a true disciple by the divine sword sect of the upper realm. But your attention is destroyed. You haven't made any progress in 3 whole years. You're worse than an out-of-sect servant. Our engagement is over. Take this 3rd grade gathering Qi pill as compensation.
Compensation? Senior sister Nalan, you bully me today for being young and weak in cultivation. One day, I'll make you too proud to even look at me. 30 years on the east side of the river. What the hell? Did the sky fall?
I've already suppressed my cultivation to less than 1 in 100 million of its full power.
Otherwise, this fragile planet would be crushed under 1 step from me.
Who the hell are you? Hi, Xiaochen, control entry. I have no gods. No matter who you are, you'll never make me yield. Ding. Host has arrived at the engagement cancellation scene. Execute the villain quest immediately. A trash like you doesn't deserve Miss Nolan's hand. Weak oath of Xiaochen's legs.
Clapping on faces, breaking legs, that's the lowly work of 3rd-rate villains. Would a dragon care about the slogans ants shout? Fate is self-made, not relying on external forces. That's a good concept. But unfortunately, Xiao Zhan, your short life of just over a decade, has been a mere puppet in someone else's script from start to finish. The stubbornness you're so proud of in the face of truth is just a pathetic joke.
Bullshit. I won't let you, insult my Tao heart.
Let me see. A black ancient jade hidden in your neck.
With broken remnant soul dwelling inside, right?
How do you know? Get your dog eyes off my mother's keepsake.
Mother's keepsake.
Give it back.
Since the rat inside won't come out on its own.
I'll give you a hand.
Stop! Who dares to destroy this venerable soul-nurturing treasure? Oh, the master, save me. Help me kill him. You! Tao! Supreme!
So it's about the form left by those celestial court fools.
Those parasites from the upper realm celestial court to harvest the lower realm's fortune deliberately package you remnants as old masters and throw you into the lower realm. You really think you lost all your cultivation for 3 years?
Because your talent suddenly vanished?
No, it's because the old thing in this jade pendant needed spiritual energy to awaken. It was like a parasite, sucking you dry for 3 whole years. And now, he pretends to be your savior, teaches you techniques, helps you stand up, even makes you believe in the illusion that youth shouldn't be underestimated. But in reality, when your fortune and cultivation reach their peak, under his guidance, the celestial court will descend the so-called ascension light. Then, the Tao fruit you've toiled a lifetime to obtain, even your physical body, will be ruthlessly stripped away and devoured by them.
Yo, from the beginning, we're just,
Out at the peak raised by the upper realm, ready for slaughter. This is the heaven-sent opportunity you're so proud of.
This isn't true. Old master saved my life. I'm the chosen one, the son of heaven.
What a pathetic era.
No, God ancestor, spare me. Ha! Ding! Severe warning. Host has excessively interfered with the world's operational trajectory, completely destroying the fate line of this world's child of fortune. This action has angered the lower realms, heavenly Tao, heavenly laws locking in. Host, immediately use the random teleportation scroll issued by the system to escape. Or you will be struck by heavenly Tao's thunder tribulation, annihilating body and soul. Spawn, lows into the divine punishment. Stover, we're completely done for. We're all going to die alongside this maniac.
Oh. We just demashed a few upper realm monitors, and even you.
A tiny district manager here have a problem with that?
We've gone mad. Divine punishment. Divine punishment has come to this world. So what if you ruined my heavenly destiny? The heavenly Tao will never let you get away with this, even if I die today. You're going to be completely destroyed along with me. Ding, extreme fatal danger warning. The tactic that 9 heavens world annihilating divine thunder has locked onto the host. The divine thunder contains the highest law of this realm. Its destructive power is immeasurable.
That's enough. Stop yelling.
A mere fragmentary will from a lower realm plane. You dare call this divine punishment?
Die.
That's all the power you got. This isn't even enough to tickle me. Since you love smiting people so much, then come down here and let me see clearly
What the hell you really are. Get the hell out of my way. Crawl back to your origin space.
look at me with that kind of look.
I blow you and this whole world apart.
He's a god. He's a god. He's a god. The old man won. The heavenly Tao got beaten. I'm just a good for nothing.
He has completely broken down mentally and gone mad, not worth my time.
Congratulations to the host for successfully suppressing the heavenly Tao and perfectly resolving the crisis. Issuing the ultimate reward for transcending level challenge now. 1000 luck points. 100 low-grade spirit stone. 1 copy of Foundation Establishment Insights.
System, just now I just ripped apart the heavenly Tao of this whole world after all. And you try to fool me with this garbage that isn't even good enough to feed my spirit chickens in the yard.
Jing, please, don't reach for what is beyond your grasp. You and bad, low-grade spirit stones are already enough for the host to buy a fine set of refined iron magical tools in the newbie village.
Looks like you really can't understand plain words. Let me see just what your so-called villain protagonist system really is.
Didn't warning. Detected unknown high-dimensional energy intruding into the system core. Warning. Hosted is performing an unauthorized operation. Stop immediately. Otherwise, the system will activate the self-destruct sequence.
Inside my own soul sea. Even if you want to self-destruct, you still need my permission. I see now this system isn't some divine treasure of heaven and earth at all. It was created by the former emperor of the upper realm heavenly court.
It's a harvesting network terminal processor.
With trivial rewards. Learning the host to deal with the child of fortune, no matter who wins or loses. What a grand scheme, treating all living beings as insects to be cultivated.
Did not follow the network line back to the celestial court.
The network is complex. The final coordinates are hidden in a multidimensional folded space. To find him without alerting the mastermind behind the scenes, we need to find the core node of the lower realm's fortune network. That's Massive, ancient yin-sha energy surges into the sky, where karma threads are densest. It's a relay station established by the celestial court in this world, searching the memories of the Qingyun sect leader. That place is called the Forbidden Land of Gods and Demons. An ancient great evil, its bones have nearly rusted over these 100,000 years. I hope these so-called ancient gods and demons can make me break a sweat, at least a little.
Otherwise, this trip to the lower realm would be far too boring.
Ding! System warning! Detecting host approaching the 9 provinces continent. Assess class extremely dangerous zone. High energy ahead. System suggests host turn back immediately. With the host current subpar cultivation level, survival probability is 0.00%.
Shut up. Keep nagging, and I'll rip out your lousy program's vocal module. Found it! The Fortune Harvest relay station established by the Celestial Court's former emperor.
A living human! It's been a full 50,000 years since I've smelled such delicious human qi and blood. This tender-skinned lad belongs to this emperor now. I drain his essence and blood. And this emperor can extend his lifespan by another 1,000 years.
You old, weak, sick, and crippled lot, suppressed by the Celestial Quartz formations underground for so many years.
As your brain rotted along with the rest,
I'm in a hurry to dismantle the formation up there. If you want to live, lie down quietly on the ground, close your eyes and play dead.
otherwise, I don't mind having roast meat for lunch today.
Arrogant human ant! Ignorant fool, turn to dust before this one. What kind of power is this? Great Da origin. You are a supreme from the divine realm.
That's more like it. If you'd played dead earlier, you'd have suffered less.
Audacious lower realm ruffian. This is a celestial court restricted area. You dare suppress the celestial court's gate guardian beast? Consider your hard-earned cultivation. Kneel immediately and offer your 3 souls and 7 spirits. This immortal envoy might plead with the immortal emperor to spare a wisp of your true spirit. Well, then not netherworld. Otherwise, when celestial light descends, you'll surely be
Chatterbox.
You dare destroy the former emperor's harvest array? You're insane. This is a declaration of war against the entire celestial court.
Boor.
Get lost. Go tell that old fossil hiding on your throne to wash his neck in wait. This chessboard of the myriad realms.
I overturned it 100,000 years ago. And today, I can overturn it again. The relay station is destroyed.
The Celestial Court won't let this go. Celestial soldiers and generals will soon cross realms to come. Before that, let's walk the mortal world. Drink a few good jars of wine. It's not demonic aura, devilish aura, or immortal aura.
It's the faint but tenacious, unyielding sword aura of a mortal.
I didn't go see that Wei Xiao Chen in a Qingyun sect hall, arrogantly shouting, "East of the river in 30 years, west of the river in 30 years. But at this moment, I clearly see what truly constitutes the backbone of the human race.
Ding! Warning! Detected. An extremely faint fluctuation of anomalous fate ahead. This girl was born with severed meridians. Should have died at age 3, yet has gone to life by sheer will until now. Severely violates the laws of fate set by the Celestial Court. Issuing villain side quest. Host must immediately approach. Kick this blind girl into the poisonous marsh, take her wooden sword, and loudly mock her overestimation of her abilities, completely crushing her heart for seeking the Tao. Quest reward. 1 low-grade beauty preservation pill. Hantas of silver.
So this is the so-called Celestial Court. This is the destiny system that governs the operation of the myriad realms. They passage that waste as the child of destiny. Nurture and harvest him. Yet you find this mortal blind girl before me, without even a spiritual root, who refuses to bow to fate as an anomaly and demand her double eradication. Those bastards in the Celestial Court.
All getting more and more disgusting.
Who's there?
Just a passerby with nothing better to do. Outskirts of the divine kingdom, full of filled with poisonous a single breath would cause a mortal's organs to rot. A blind girl like you, with no cultivation and blocked meridians.
Do you have a death wish?
Because only here can I forge a true sword.
Oh, no spiritual root, destined to be unable to absorb heaven and earth's spiritual energy.
Mind can't even see an enemy's form.
Even if you break this wooden sword 10,000 times here, before a true cultivator, you'd be nothing but a wisp of flying ash.
Why do you practice the sword?
2. Heal immortals. 5 years ago, the celestial immortals descended upon our village to refine the so-called 100 infants elixir. They claimed it was a blessing bestowed by the heavenly court upon mortals. They took my 3-year-old brother. They took all the children in the village. Anyone who dared resist was incinerated to ash by the heavenly flames they casually cast down. My parents were burned alive protecting me. My eyes were blinded by the poisonous smoke in that celestial fire. Everyone told me they are immortals. It is the mandate of heaven. Even the righteous cultivators from renowned sects dared not intervene, fearing the heavenly court. But I refused to accept it. Since this heavenly way is blind, since those lofty immortals treat us mortals as ants, then I will use this wooden sword to cleave open this dark world. Since no one is willing to stand up for mortals, then I will be my own master.
In her I see no golden finger, no peerless constitution, just one life. A Tao heart tempered 1,000 times in the Maya.
Now crystal clear. This
To the purest, most primordial spirit with which our human ancestors pioneered the thorns 100,000 years ago. What is your name?
江玉,
Good name. You said you'd cleave the world with a wooden sword, but this sword is too dull, your strength too weak. I have something here. It requires no spiritual root, no heavenly mandate.
nor eyes to seek out flaws.
If you possess a sword heart, daring to sever all falsehoods, it can let you cut down the myriad gods above the 9 heavens.
Do you wish to learn?
esteemed master above, I beg you to teach me this sword. If one day I can end my enemies with my own hands, this life is forever yours.
I take no disciples across all the myriad realms.
No one is worthy of being called my disciple.
Thank you, senior, for bestowing the sword.
Remember, the sword is passed to you. The path you must walk yourself.
Who dares destroy this Emperor's harvesting array? Who dares grand mortals heaven-defying methods, stealing this Emperor's heavenly secrets?
Senior,
10,000 years, these old friends who call themselves gods.
Scientists, he dared to descend. Jiangyu, watch closely.
What I gave you before was the sword heart. Now I teach you the first move. How to draw the sword.
Lowly mortal insect, why do you not kneel before this Emperor?
well, senior,
Lend me your wooden sword.
How dare you, a mere mortal madman from the lower realm. First destroying my heavenly court's grand array, now facing the sacred words of the progenitor Emperor. How dare you resist with a piece of rotten wood in hand? You have no idea of death. All heavenly generals heed my command.
Seems so we enjoy standing so high up there.
Then all of you get down here now.
What? What is happening? The pro-emperor Lu Xuan. You're Lu Xuan? Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. How could you possibly still be alive? How could you appear in a lower realm like this? Retreat, retreat now. Close the heavenly gate. Sever the passage between realms. Hurry!
Since you came down here with such fanfare, leaving without even saying hello.
Wouldn't that make me a poor host?
Jiangyu, this sword strike is called heaven slaying.
Watch carefully.
No! Lu Xuan, don't be so arrogant. Even if you truly are the supreme Tao ancestor over these 100,000 years, the heavenly court is no longer what it once was.
Mortar wood is, after all, just mortar wood. It can't even withstand 100 millionth of my power. Scared stiff.
senior, that sword strike? Was that true sword Tao? Even the mortals of the heavenly court, even the lofty mandate of heaven can be severed with a single sword?
What's this? Just caught a few projections from the upper realm and a bunch of minions. That celestial emperor's true form. He's probably hiding in the hall of Ling Shop, trembling right now. Having the deities or races with a desperate resistance. Earlier, I tampered with the system code and destroyed the fortune array. Jiangyu, this 9 provinces continent is too small, and the spiritual energy is too thin. Staying here, your sword heart cannot fully unfold. Let's go. Your master is in a good mood today. I'll take you for a spin in the upper realm's heavenly court. And while we're at it,
Teach you your second move. How to kill gods. Quite the grand spectacle you've arranged.
You really dare to attack the 9 heavens alone. Do you think this is still the savage era from 100,000 years ago? Open your eyes and take a good look. Over these 100,000 years, this emperor has harvested the fortunes of billions of lower realms through the mandate of heaven system. I have long since forged this heavenly court into an impregnable fortress. Here, there are 1.2 million heavenly imperial guards, and such ancient immortals and deities. And beneath this emperor's feet is the Zhou Tianxing Dao Zhu Tianjue formation, fused with the fortunes of all realms. This grand formation is connected to the lifeblood of billions of beings in the lower realms. This emperor will use the mandate of heaven of all living beings across the realms to completely suppress and annihilate you here, ending this threat forever.
Master, Mara, too many of them, and that kind of formation that devours the heart. It's terrifying.
A large crowd and formations? Jiang Yu, remember this. All your schemes and plots in this world, all your formations and numbers before absolute power are utterly worthless. They call this stolen fortune heaven's mandate. Dad, think using those disgusting systems, raising all living beings like livestock,
Makes them invincible. Today, Master will teach you the second move. This move is called flipping the board.
What kind of monstrous aura is this? He hasn't even made a move yet. Don't panic. Activate the all heavens absolute formation. Crush him with the fortune of 10,000 swords.
karmic retribution, the backlash of heaven's mandate. I am the end of all karma across the myriad realms. I am the mandate of heaven. You parasites hiding behind the scenes, sucking blood.
Dare to speak of heaven's mandate with me.
No.
Since you're all here, don't be in such a rush to leave. Suppress.
What level have you reached in these 100,000 years? I have absorbed the fortune of myriad realms day and night. I thought I had long surpassed you from back then.
Because what you cultivate is stolen, unorthodox, creating those disgusting systems to manipulate the fates of mortals. You're useless trash who can't even walk without your cheats.
No matter how much fortune you absorb, you'll always be trash.
Ha 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 ha! 傅选, you force this on me. Since I can't just defeat you again, the entire myriad realms shall be buried with this emperor. See, this is the ultimate form of heaven's mandate. For these 100,000 years, the greed of billions of beings across the myriad realms, wanting to reach the heavens in one step, the arrogance of the sons of fortune who reap without sowing, all converge here. This emperor is now the ultimate aggregate of all systems. As long as selfish desires exist in this world, I am immortal and indestructible. Today, I will devour you, devour your laughable supreme Tao, and drag the myriad realms down with me.
Immortal and indestructible? There's never been anything truly immortal and indestructible in this world. The reason you think you can stand above all living beings is simply because you never met me before. Do you remember what I told you outside the divine demon forbidden land?
I remember. Master said, he would teach me the second move on how to slay gods.
Good. Open wide your supreme sword heart and watch carefully.
This is the true heavenly Tao.
What is that thing? Get away! Get away from me!
All illusions return to dust. Supreme return to one.
My cultivation. My mandate dead work. I am the immortal emperor. I am the ruler.
Jiang Yu, come here.
Master.
The heavenly court is destroyed. I have completely destroyed the old mandate network. The myriad realms cannot be without order, but I'm too free-spirited by nature.
I cannot bear the loneliness and cold of this throne.
From now on, you shall take my place, guarding the 9 heavens. Govern the myriad realms. You don't need to be aloof and distant, nor do you need to bestow any damned system to give certain individuals an unfair advantage. You simply need to sit here and uphold the most fundamental fairness in this world. I want you to remember the integrity you showed when you wielded that rotten wooden sword. Let all beings across the myriad realms, regardless of nobility or common birth, with or without spiritual roots, have the chance to cleave open the celestial gate through their own efforts.
Can you do this?
Master. Yer cannot bear to see you leave.
For 100,000 years, I've grown tired of the sights in this cosmos. It's time to go see if at the edge of the chaos.
There are stronger people and fiercer wine.
That is a legend belonging to the Supreme Tao ancestor. A legend of one who tore apart the false mandate with a single hand, toppled the old celestial court with a single fist, for the integrity of the human race, trampled all the gods and Buddhas underfoot. Lanternal myth.